my name's Nadine. This is a short stretch class which is preggy friendly. I'm currently 32 weeks pregnant, but anyone can do it really if you want to just move your body and get a good little stretch. This is my puppy dog, Mowgli, who I accidentally just whacked in the face, sorry. He's okay. So with us all being stuck at home, I just thought it might be nice to share a little movement practice. So if you'd like to join along, you might want to take a block if that's something you've got lying around the house. Otherwise, maybe a book. And we'll get started seated on top of our block. So this is all a little bit of experimenting. I've not done a little online class like this before. So we'll just see how it turns out. I'm hoping it'll go for about 15 minutes. So when you're nice and comfy, you'll just send your sits bones down into the block or into the ground if you don't have anything you're sitting on, and start to lengthen the spine up towards the ceiling. If it feels okay for you, you'll close down your eyes here. Otherwise, keeping your gaze down the bridge of your nose, so you're starting to create an internal space. And we're just going to take a couple of deep breaths here together. Breathing in through the nose. And sighing it out through the mouth. Deep breath in through the nose. And sigh it out. One more deep breath in. And fully let that go. Oh, when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Take your hands out wide to the side and start to gather the air and the space in front of you. Exhale. Interlace your fingers and press your palms forward. Inhale, lift your chest, palms to the ceiling, and release the hands. So we'll do that again. Exhale, gather up. Push away. Inhale, lift towards the ceiling. Release. Exhale, gather around your spine. Inhale, press up and release. One more time. Exhale, gather. Inhale, press, lift and release. Taking your right hand to the side, left hand lifts up overhead, finding a little side bend, and then come all the way back on up. Travel it all the way to the other side. We're just moving the spine around, getting it nice and juicy. Take a hold of your block or a prop that's underneath your sits bones and just take it off to the side. You'll take your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and then just go ahead and start to take some cat-cows. Inhaling to arch your back, exhaling to round. So you can do this really gentle, doesn't have to be a massive movement. Listen to your body and just make these shapes feel nice in your body. Connecting your breath to the movement, inhale, and exhale, scoop and round. Draw your breastbone forward, your shoulders down your back. Tuck your tail, scoop around. Emphasizing articulation through your upper back as you pull your breastbone forward. And articulation through your lower back as you scoop and round. One more time. Inhale to arch. And exhale to scoop and round. And then when you're ready here, we'll come back into a flat back. Go ahead, tuck your toes under. Lift your hips up. So you're coming into a downward dog shape. So for pregnancy, especially as you start to get bigger, you want to take your feet out nice and wide. So just allowing a bit more space. If you like, you can move your hips side to side and start to pad one heel down to the ground at a time. And then slowly coming back through center. We're gently going to walk our feet in. Keep your feet wide as you need to, and you can bend your knees, transfer your weight back into your feet. Take a deep breath in, fingertips to shins, lift your upper back like you're creating a tabletop position. Exhale, melt it down. And then you're going to roll up your spine one vertebra at a time. You might need to place your hands on your thighs to help you up, just depending on what stage you're at. Inhale, reach your hands up and overhead. Exhale, melt your hands back down by your thighs. Here you take your right hand to your thigh and left hand lift up and over. And you're going to take a nice big side bend. Allow your hips to move to the left. And then come all the way back and up. And then we'll take that to the other side. Big inhale. As you reach your right hand up and overhead, you're pushing your hips towards the right. And then coming back and up. Here again, we'll gather the space up in front of us. Interlace your fingers, bend your knees around your spine. Inhale, lift the hands up and release back. Exhale, scoop around. Push forward with the palms. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, scoop around. Push forward. Inhale, lift up. Let's just do that one more time. Around. Push. Inhale, lift up. Hands melt back by your thighs. Tuck your chin. Separate your feet wider if you need to and roll all the way back down. Fingertips to shins. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, melt it down. And then here, you'll take your right leg back behind you. Drop your right knee to the ground. You can step your left foot forward from here. You might like a block here. You can hang out here for a little while if you like. Otherwise, left hand to your thigh, and you'll lift yourself up. So we don't want to go too wide with our stagger for this one, just in case it puts a little bit of pressure through our pelvis. So as you become bigger, you might feel like this creates a lot of bearing down and also some instability in your pelvis. So we just keep it a little bit shorter. You can lengthen your tailbone down towards the ground here and then gently lean forward a little. So we're searching for a bit of a stretch through the front of our hip flexor. Press down through the back of your right foot. So we're not completely passive in this. There's some activity. We push down into the floor to lift up and out. Adding on, inhale, reach your hands up towards the ceiling, catch a hold of your right wrist, palm upwards, and then take a side bend to your left. So that will take that stretch through the front of your right hip a little deeper. And then slowly coming all the way back on up. And then you're going to take the hands to the inside of your foot and just stretching back into a little runner's lunge. A block might be handy here if you don't have a prop. Hands on your hips, you could also just hinge forward from here. Otherwise, fingertips might be able to come down to the ground. The other thing I'd like to mention when you're pregnant, you never want to go to your end range. Because we have this hormone called relaxin that runs through our whole body, it makes our ligaments and our joints more flexible. And this is for our birth, to help us when we're actually in labor and giving birth. If you like, you can start to create some movement now. So you're going to shift your weight forward, shift your weight back. You might stay forward and just explore little circles here. So again, just being gentle, not pushing too deeply into any stretch. Maybe take those circles in the other direction. And when you're ready, press your hands down into the ground. You're actually going to twizzle your right foot in underneath you and take a little sit back onto your bottoms. Draw your left foot in And take your left arm to the inside of your knee. Right hand can come back behind you. And you're going to twist to look over your right shoulder. So coming into this little open twist. Your left sit bone is off the ground probably for this, and that's fine. You're just looking at creating a little bit of leverage, opening up your hip and taking a little bit of rotation into the spine. And then here, you release that. Let your left knee fold in. So you're just coming into this little mermaid position. And you're just going to sweep your right arm all the way in and around into your spine. Then peel your fingers back behind you, open your chest. We go scoop around. Inhale, open. Scoop around. Inhale, open. So you're creating a sense of fluidity, snaking your arm back, and just follow the gaze with the hand. Last one there. Alright. Hands can come now towards the other side of your mat, and you'll just turn yourself around. Stepping your left foot forward on this side. My left. It's probably your right foot forward on this side, so we're actually doing the other side. And once again here, you can take a prop underneath your hands and just stay here for a little while. Otherwise, hand on top of your right knee to help yourself up. So remember here, we're not taking this one too wide. Keep it more at 90-degree angles so that you don't create any instability in your hips. Allow your tailbone to lengthen, to search for that length through the front of your left hip. And then when you're ready, heading on, we reach the hands up to the ceiling. Inhale, catch a hold of your left wrist with the left palm flipped upwards. And then take your side bend to the right. And then gently come all the way back and up through center. Hands are going to come to the inside of your right foot. You might need your prop underneath your hands, otherwise fingertips can come to the ground. And then once again, we're just going to stretch back. Trying to keep some length in your spine so you don't round your back so much in this one. We're trying to find more of a neutral alignment so that you can encourage the stretch through the back of your leg. Continue to peel the right toes back towards your shin. And then when you're ready, you can start to shift your weight forward, bending into your right knee and then shifting back. You can do that a couple of times, or maybe it might feel nice to take some nice big circles around. So again, getting our hips nice and juicy and loose. Maybe taking some of those circles in the other direction a few times. Then we'll take it back, twizzle your left foot in underneath you, and then just walk your hands back, sit down, drag your right foot in, right arm to inside knee, and then you're going to leverage yourself open, twist towards your left. Breathe. Slowly coming back through center. Hold that knee in. So you've got that little zigzag position again. Catching a hold of your ankle on the right side. Curl your left arm in and round. And then peel the left fingertips back. Inhale, open up. So you're snaking in, scooping and rounding. Inhaling and opening up. So really encourage the fingertips back behind you. So we're looking for a little bit of a stretch through the front of your pecs. Let's make that one our last one. And coming all the way back. Take your feet together. So we're finishing off with a little butterfly pose. There are a couple of ways you can do butterfly pose. You could bring your heels in close to get to your pelvis. And that's going to encourage a bit more of a stretch through your inner thighs. Otherwise, take your heels a little further away from you, and this will encourage your stretch to come through the back of your thighs into your glutes. So allow your knees to sink down. Sit up as tall as you can. And then when you're ready, you're going to hinge at the hips again and come forward. So we'll try and come down as far as we can with a straight spine. Once again, with that idea of just taking each stretch quite gently. And then once you've gone as far as you can, if it feels nice for you, you can allow your spine to round down. You could take your elbows out a little bit wider and just allow a little bit of pressure into your knees if that feels nice. But again, you don't want to force it, just go easy. Come back to your breath. And then when you're ready, you come on all the way back on up. Cross your legs. You can come back to sitting on top of your block if you like. Otherwise, if you're comfy on the ground, you can stay there. You can choose to rest your hands on your knees, or if you like, just take a hold of your belly, close down your eyes, and take a moment here to connect to your baby. You might notice your breath. You might notice your heartbeat. You might notice your baby moving around, listening to your body, listening to your baby. Taking one more deep breath in, inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go with a sigh. When you're ready, you can gently blink open your eyes. And thank you so much for joining me, everyone. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to write something in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll hopefully be making a few more of these and keep experimenting with technology now that we're stuck at home. And hopefully this is useful for you. You know, I've been missing on going to group classes. They've definitely been helping me with my own pregnancy. So keep well, everyone. Keep healthy, keep moving, and I'll see you again soon.